Get your taste buds ready. Tonight on Saltiness Isn't Bliss, I share with you a balsamic marinade. Now for the very first time ever, I am going to make and feature the marinade tonight. Come back tomorrow after my meat has had a chance to tenderize and marinate overnight, and then actually make my meal and my chicken with my marinade tomorrow. So just a little heads up, that's why I may look a little different from now and then as far as clothes, hair, you get it. So this doesn't have very many ingredients. Very nice, quick and easy to do. If you don't have time to marinate overnight, not a problem. You can just whip this up right now, get it on your meat and pop it in the oven, pop it on the grill, pop it in the air fryer, however you choose to make it. Doesn't have to marinate overnight. However, the longer you can let it sit in those flavors, in those ingredients, the more flavorful and just well blended it will be with all your seasonings. Also, I'm going to use chicken. Any meat will work for this. So any meat that you have at home, anything you love to just add a layer of flavor or layers of flavor to, or just haven't had a chance to try a marinade with, go for it. So, what I like to do with my marinades is actually make them in the dish that I'm going to put my meat in to marinate, but also to cook in. That way, it just kind of saves me a step. I can just get everything ready in one dish, pop it in the fridge. Tomorrow when I'm ready, pull it out of the fridge, pop it in the oven. So, we're going to start with our base layer, which is going to be balsamic vinegar, balsamic marinade, and olive oil. So we want 1/3 cup of our vinegar, and we want 1/4 cup of our oil. I'm going to wait till the very end to mix everything up. So on this fun little plate, I've got all my dry ingredients. So I've got 1 tablespoon of dried minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper, and 2 teaspoons each of crushed rosemary and dried thyme. Now if you want to substitute the garlic, thyme, and rosemary for fresh herbs and fresh garlic, you can do that. Go right ahead. Also the pepper, any style pepper will be just fine. So I'm going to just dump all of that right in there. My very last ingredient will be some mustard. I like to use honey mustard. It is the low sodium version, and we want 2 teaspoons. All right guys, as best as I can, here we are pre-mixed. Everything's just kind of clumped up there. So now with a whisk or a spoon, I'm just gonna really get in there and try to blend all this together and make it look a little more appetizing. All right, so there we are, all blended and mixed. Once you feel that your marinade looks evenly mixed, feel free to get your meat out, because now it is time to get that in there. So in this bag here, I've got 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. I have trimmed up and trimmed off the fat on them. I've also cut my large one in half just to kind of try to have it cook a little quicker tomorrow when I put it in the oven. So now I am going to put my chicken right in my dish with my marinade. Now again, you can choose how you want to do that. So if you would rather marinate in the plastic bag or some other way that you prefer to do that, go right ahead. I just like to kind of skip that step and get everything right in the dish that I am going to cook it in. And then what I'm doing now is I'm just taking a spoon and I'm just pouring that marinade right over the top of my chicken and just making sure all of my chicken gets coated. As I like to do, guys, here's a little bird's eye view of my chicken all fully covered in that marinade. Okay, so my chicken has had a chance to marinate in the refrigerator overnight. If you are going to keep your meat in a dish similar to mine, you will want to put some plastic wrap or aluminum foil on the top before you pop it in the fridge. The other great thing is because we mixed our marinade in our dish before we added our meat, that provided a layer of that flavor and a layer of the marinade to get underneath the meat, so we didn't have to worry about that side. We covered all the other sides with our spoon. The bottom is all covered as well. We want to preheat our oven to 375 degrees. Pop this in there for about 25 minutes. Okay, all our food is done. Dinner is ready. Let's get it on a plate. Just a reminder, guys, if you are cooking chicken or any meat for that matter, you can always cut it in the middle, cut it in half, just to make sure it's done. I had to go a little bit longer, so I had to go a little closer to 30 minutes on that meal, but either way, it is worth it because the house just smells so delicious. I'm throwing green beans everywhere, but there it is. Balsamic marinade with some low sodium canned green beans on the side. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.